it's a traffic nightmare in Midland. Construction on Loop 250 is causing major backups, at times more than a mile long. We have an update.
Take a look at this apartment complex in Big Spring. The walls are caving in, debris scattered everywhere after a severe storm hits the area. So how are residents going to rebuild their lives? We have the story.
And we continue to follow the trial of former Permian High School teacher J.D. Burns. We're live at the courthouse where the jury is expected to return with his sentence any minute.
Live. This is CBS 7 News at 6. Your eye on West Texas.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Midland, where 2 students have been arrested.
According to Midland ISD, the 2 students who were enrolled at the Midland Alternative Center made threats today against Alamo Junior High School. That's where CBS 7's Brianna Gallegos joins us now live. Brianna, what have you learned?
Jay and Tatum, 2 students have been arrested today after there was a threat made at Alamo Junior High School. We are not too sure what those threats entailed, and according to MISD, none of the campuses were placed on lockdown and none of the students were ever harmed or threatened. Right now, we do know that MISD as well as Midland Police Department helped in the investigation, which led to the arrest of those 2 individuals. We are not sure what their names are, and their names have not been disclosed because they are minors. But we are asking the question, what were those threats exactly? For now, live in Midland, Brianna Gallegos, CBS 7 News.
Brianna, thanks very much. And we're following another breaking news story. Right now, the jury is deliberating what the sentence will be for J.D. Burns, a former Permian High School teacher who pleaded guilty to 4 counts of improper relationship with a student, 3 counts of sexual assault of a child, and indecency with a child and stalking.
Both the prosecution and defense wrapped up their closing arguments today in the trial. The defense painted Burns as a depressed, lonely man. They even asked the jury to give Burns probation, saying he will suffer enough being a convicted felon and a registered sex offender for the rest of his life.
CBS 7's Christopher Saul has been following this trial all day long today. The jury continues to deliberate behind closed doors. So, Christopher, what can you tell us?
Jay and Tatum, closing arguments for this case with J.D. Burns finished up about 2.5 hours ago, and ever since then, the jury has been in their chambers deliberating what to do about Mr. Burns' future. Now, earlier during these closing statements, I watched the jury pretty carefully, and they gravitated towards the prosecution more than the defense. You could see it in their eyes. They were paying attention. Some of them began weeping when the prosecution gave their final statements, and others nodded their heads continuously throughout their entire talk. Now, they've been in there for the last 2.5 hours. As I've said, they'll continue to deliberate until they come to a decision. Of course, we'll be here right then when they make that decision and bring it to you. For now, live in Odessa, Christopher Saul, CBS 7 News.
Christopher, thanks so much. Let's take a turn now and talk about the weather. It is hot and breezy out there today. So can we expect the temperatures to keep rising for the rest of the week?
Let's find out right now. Weather Authority Craig Stewart joins us from the Weather Center with a look outside. Craig?
Jay Tatum, a lot of sunshine, like you said, a little bit warm outside. It's been a little breezy today. Currently around the area, temperatures in the mid-80s, 84 Odessa, 85 Midland, Big Spring, a little bit cooler at 80 degrees. Andrews, you're sitting at 81. Down around Pecos, Fort Stockton into the mid-80s. So here's what we're looking at with the evening planner. Right now, 84 southwest winds, still a little gusty out there at about 10 to 20. By 8 o'clock, we're going to be dropping down. That'll be about 80 degrees. Southwest winds diminishing a little bit at 10 to 15. Then by 10 o'clock, a little mild, 74, the sun setting 8:27 this evening. So not bad outside. There are changes on the way, and it is going to get warmer. We'll tell you all about that coming up in a bit.
Craig, thanks very much. It's a story you saw first on a CBS 7 mobile app alert. A fast and furious storm blew through the city of Big Spring a few weeks ago, causing some major damage, leaving many homes without roofs and electricity.
Many people were shaken up and left picking up the pieces. CBS 7's Amanda DeBerry spoke to some of those residents and found out what they're doing to get back on their feet.
Yards and ceilings caved in. Big Spring residents now forced to find a new place to sleep.
Oh Lord, this is it. My number's up. I thought it was, really.
The storm packed quite a punch, destroying the hillside property complex. Now residents Kenneth Hopper and Robert Barnes are left uprooted from their homes.
Okay, where am I going to go now, you know? And you don't even think about that when you're in a place. It's like all of a sudden, like you're there, you got other things situated, you're comfortable where you're at,
all of a sudden something like this happens and you're like, okay, what do I do now?
Although this is a stressful time for Hopper and Barnes, they're glad their landlord and American Red Cross made it their mission to help them.
I'm just blessed that people thought enough to help when we need it.
The property could now possibly be condemned.
The American Red Cross in the Permian Basin will be traveling to Big Spring tomorrow to help assess some of the damage and to provide some families with financial assistance. In Big Spring, Amanda DeBerry, CBS 7 News.
Amanda, thanks. The March 2016 housing report in Midland shows promise despite strains in the oil field. That's according to the Permian Basin Board of Realtors. Home sales were up 14% last month. In fact, here's a look at the numbers. 162 homes were sold. The median price is down only 1% to $220,000. Homes spent 12 more days on the market this year than last, and active listings are down 16% to 433 since March of last year.
Take a look at this. CBS 7 received a picture today from a viewer in Pecos. According to the Fort Stockton Pioneer, this is Stanley Dreyer. He's from Mena, Arkansas. He was spotted along Dickinson Boulevard last week. The article says Dreyer travels playing the role of Christ alongside his wife, Jeanette. His purple sash represents biblical color for royalty, and the crown of thorns represents the crucifixion. You can keep up with their journey on their Facebook page under Mountain Moving Ministries Incorporated. A small project to resurface the roads has become a big pain for drivers in Midland. 3 miles of construction stretches from Garfield to Lamesa on Loop 250.
According to TxDOT, the $3 million project is also affecting the safety of the construction workers on site. Brianna Gallegos has the story.
The workday has ended and everyone is rushing out the door into their car just to wait in a long line of traffic.
People, running to the front of the line and trying to cut in. Projects like this require lane closures and that causes the bottlenecks, and people don't want to be patient.
Where there are cones, there are usually delays. But on the other side of that orange plastic are construction workers.
It's easy to drive through and think of projects as being faceless entities by a governmental agency, but the men and women working out there, they have families, they have kids, they have dads, they have moms, they have brothers and sisters.
Speed was reduced from 60 to 50 miles per hour on a 3 and some mile stretch where hundreds of workers are repaving the loop. But what most people see is a delay on their way home. Traffic backed up for miles.
And we certainly don't want anyone hurt out there, motorists or contractors, so we ask that people please slow down and if they can, find an alternate route.
TxDOT is trying to keep their workers safe without inconveniencing drivers too much, but they say patience is a major key in completing the project successfully.
We have to have lanes closed, we have to have room to work. So it's rerouted some traffic in some different ways, and we know that's caused some concern for people.
Brianna, thanks very much. The project is expected to wrap up in early May, but CBS 7 has learned that TxDOT says they are ahead of schedule. The paving is actually finished. Now they have to paint the lines.
Gene Powell, TxDOT, says he wants to thank motorists and residents living nearby for their patience. TxDOT has other construction projects going on around the city. Those locations can be found on our website. After the break, we're going to talk about weather. Weather could affect them when they're out there working. It's been a hot day today out there today. The sun is out, temperatures are warm, and the skies are clear.
Here's a live look right now over the city of Midland. Our weather authority, Craig Stewart, has your 7-day forecast coming up next. You're watching CBS 7 News, your eye on West Texas.
Wednesday across the area. A little breezy today, but a lot of sunshine, no rain, and temperatures pretty nice outside. We're going to take a peek. We'll show you what's going on with your iCam. That should be the Presidio iCam. That's not going on, so let's try the Fort Stockton one right now. See if we got that for you. There's a look out at Fort Stockton, and what we are seeing around the area is a lot of sunshine out around Fort Stockton, even a bird or two, as you can see that tail flying around on our camera. All in all, very, very nice. Now, currents around the area. Fort Stockton, you're looking at 85 degrees right now. In Pecos, 86, 81 for Alpine, 78 Marfa, 87 for the Presidio area, 85 Midland, 80 in Big Spring. Hobbs, you've warmed it up to near 80 right now, 79. So Here's what's been going on the last 12 hours or so, 24. Here's our one big system that brought the rain to the area and back behind us. Our next system dipping on down. That'll shoot out into the desert southwest up into the Four Corners area, and that's going to give us a chance. We could see a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity tomorrow evening. Better chance will be Friday. So as we go throughout 10:30, it's still going to be clear skies. Pretty much that'll be across the area. Then you'll start to see some clouds working up into the area. The eastern basin by about, say, 5, 6 o'clock, you might be seeing some scattered showers and thunderstorms, but the best chance that we'll see Friday, 4 a.m., this is what we're looking at. So a line from Lubbock down through Odessa, Midland, early Friday morning, and then it'll get out of here, and by 6 o'clock tomorrow, everything back again toward Dallas-Fort Worth. We will clear out Friday afternoon, Friday evening. So if we see any kind of rain, again, best chance is going to be Friday morning. Current winds around the area out of the west, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour is what we're looking at. They calm down a little bit into the Guadalupe Mountains. You're looking at winds right now 33, 14 in Alpine, 9 in Big Spring, Presidio, not much in the way of the winds. Peak wind gusts so far today, 52 is the bullseye in West Texas. That's in the Guadalupe Mountain National Park. For the Odessa Midland area, 28, 33 peak wind gust for the Big Spring area. Alpine, upper 30s, upper 20s, right around 28 for Marfa. So let's talk about the winds a little bit, because here's what's going to go on. We get toward 10 o'clock, you'll see the winds for the most part. They're going to be out of the south, 5 to 15, maybe about 5 to 10 we will see in the morning. But as we get into midday, see the shaded area, the wind's starting to pick up out of the south. We'll call it 10 to 20, 15 to 25 is what we are going to be looking at, except into the mountainous area. It's going to be a little bit breezier there at 6 o'clock. And we do have a fire weather watch going on Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. That'll be southeast New Mexico and part of the Guadalupe Mountains National Park. Southwest winds there, 25 to 35 is what we will be looking at. So morning lows, Odessa 59, Midland 58, Big Spring, you'll see it right around 53 degrees, 54 Andrews. Pecos going to be a little bit cooler, near 50 degrees, 54 at Stockton. Marfa at 43. Alpine, early morning low 54. Presidio, lower 60s. And our 7-day forecast, there it is, 91 tomorrow. It's going to be warm, and then that chance of rain, it'll be between Thursday and Friday. We'll go ahead and show you what we have going on Friday, because in the afternoon, everything clears out. If you see any showers, thunderstorms, it will be into the morning. On Friday, 85 degrees. And as we get into the weekend, the lower 80s. And by the end of the weekend, the beginning of the work week, will be our next chance of showers and thunderstorms. And boy, Monday 73, Tuesday 75. That'll just remind you that summer's not quite here yet.
Close.
Even though it's going to be 91 tomorrow, it'll cool down.
Craig, thank you very much. CBS 7 would like to invite you to celebrate Cinco de Mayo with us at the Garriga Law Firm's Fiesta West Texas. Come see a dinosaur walk the earth at the Permian Basin's largest celebration of Hispanic culture, May 5th through the 8th at the Coliseum. The dinosaur walk is a giant, realistic T-Rex puppet. It's over 8 feet tall and 12 feet long. The creature provides an amazing and entertaining experience for the entire family. So if you'd like a complete list of all the events going on at Fiesta West Texas, or to get your tickets in advance, you can go to myfiestawesttexas.com. There is still much more to come after the break.
You're watching CBS 7 News, your eye on West Texas.
The 10th-ranked Red Raider baseball team is in Midland tonight. Texas Tech continues its non-conference slate with a showdown against Abilene Christian. Tonight marks the 3rd consecutive season where the Red Raiders have traveled to Midland for a neutral site game. This marks the 49th meeting between Tech and ACU. First pitch just minutes away at 6:30. The Red Raiders are 13-2 at Security Bank Ballpark. That's dating back to 2004. NFL scouts have spent the last 9 months watching tape, talking to coaches and players, driving and flying to games, and wearing out their index finger on a stopwatch. And now comes down to 253 picks spread across 3 nights. The NFL draft starts tomorrow in Chicago. The Los Angeles Rams have the first pick, followed by the Eagles and Chargers. The Cowboys sit at number 4. Quarterbacks Jared Goff and Carson Wentz sit at the top of the draft. The two will likely be gone by the time it's Dallas's turn. Goff and Wentz on hand in Chicago today, along with other draft prospects. The Cowboys could have the opportunity to take Jalen Ramsey. The Florida State corner is ranked first on many draft boards. Some are saying the next Emmitt Smith is a pick away with Ezekiel Elliott, or Dallas could go defense with big man Joey Bosa.
I mean, it would be awesome playing for the Cowboys as well. I feel like I fit in there really well, just as I do in Jacksonville. They run a 4-3, and they're missing some D linemen right now. So I feel like I could go in right away and have a good impact.
You know, I was ready for a new step in my life, a new phase, a new challenge. So, you know, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna learn the playbook. I'm gonna play hard and do what I have to do for the team.
This clock is ticking so slow to tomorrow night, and I'm just ready. I just wish I could fast forward and you know, get to tomorrow night.
Dallas has 9 picks in this year's draft. The Houston Texans own the 22nd pick in the first round. Back in the Basin, spring football continued for Midland and Odessa high schools today. Danny Cervantes is entering his first season as Odessa's head coach. The former Mojo star played college ball at Baylor before returning to Permian as an assistant coach. Cervantes is now evaluating what he has to work with at his former rival, and the Broncos are excited to have him on board.
They're doing great. The tempo's high, and everybody's putting effort, and we're just day by day going to push each other.
We have to get in here and we've got to learn kids and, you know, see really what we have to work with. And today was the first step in doing that. We'll go in and meet as a staff and watch film after I leave the field and, you know, start making evaluations and trying to get guys in the right place.
Permian and Midland Lee will get spring workouts started on Monday. We're back after this. Stay with us.
Craig has a last look at weather.
Yeah, the 7-day forecast, it is going to get really hot tomorrow. We're looking at 91 degrees, but tomorrow night, Friday morning, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Better chance will be early Friday morning. By the afternoon, the rain's out of here. High of 85, 82 Saturday, a lot of sunshine. Then Sunday night going into Monday, even into Tuesday, there's a chance more showers and thunderstorms. And daytime highs Monday and Tuesday, lower to mid 70s. That's going to feel really, really nice because summer is very soon. It's around the corner.
91 tomorrow, you bet. That's going to be a big difference.
We're going to get a taste of it.
Yes, we are.
That's it for us. Entertainment Tonight is coming up next.
We'll see you tonight at 10.